Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
This is Grace.
This is Julia with the Healing Table.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the episode 4.
Today, we're going to be talking about rejection.
Failure, guys. Rejection and failure.
Yes, this is something that everybody goes through in life, but not everybody knows how to cope with. So, today, we're going to be talking about this specific thing. Rejection and failure can be seen in a lot of different aspects of your life,
Yes,
like
of course.
relationship.
In the school, family, at work, anywhere. Your friend, you can find rejection in any corner of your life. I know anybody in this life going through rejection.
And it's really important for us to address this because
We
it
don't
does
know how to
not
cope
go
with it.
if we do not tackle this issue ahead, it is going to be something that grows into something worse in the
Yeah.
future as well. So
Yeah.
we're all about being preventable. I wanted to talk to you guys and give you guys a personal type of story about my personal rejections and failures in life and how I basically overcame them. First one, this all kind of ties into the rejection of school, but the first rejection would be or failure in my relationship. It was my first ever relationship outside of high school. I went to college. We were still dating. This was 2019, my first year after graduating high school, going into college. Also, the first year that COVID-19 happened. We were being forced out of the dorms. I decided to break up with him. We're going to talk more about the relationship in a whole
Yeah.
different episode because it definitely needs a whole episode of it.
Yeah.
So that I really didn't understand at the time, like how much heartbreak from a relationship would affect me or first was
Anybody.
going through that first heartbreak. It really did break me a lot. If it wasn't for my cousin and my mom being there for me during that time, it would have been really tough, tougher
Yeah.
than it already was.
Yeah.
So I definitely had to take time off of school right after that just because I felt like I couldn't be the top academic person that I am
Mentally.
or finish the classes, do the homework, do everything on time with my heart broken, basically.
Two pieces.
Basically pushed me back a little bit, which wasn't too bad. But then I went back to school. This time around, it was a financial aid issue. I think it had to do with my mom or dad's tax return for that year not being. I'm not really completely sure, but it was something that we
Okay.
was working on. But it was something that we was working towards fixing and stuff because they weren't trying to give me the aid unless I fixed it. But they gave me an emergency loan. I did the whole semester, and now they're saying that I owe them the full amount. So then they put the hold on my account. Now I'm in a pickle because I can't get into any classes with my account. So it really discouraged me a lot being put into that big of a predicament because it made me feel like I was in a hole and I didn't know what to do. What can I do but pay? I am currently going to school. I did find a loophole with doing some classes in community college, still being able to get those credits. I needed the want to succeed and get into the career that I want or I'm working towards is what really pushed me to continue to look for answers. What can I do now that
Yeah.
can help me work towards my future? I want that future really bad. And I think that is something people need. There's a lot of people struggling going from high school to college, and it is a big transition. But at the same time, I feel like whenever they fail out in college and they were so good in high school, because it shouldn't translate to you being a failure of life just because you're not doing as good at home. In high school, you had a lot more support, even if it's more support, your support system is closer to you. In college, it's a whole different story. You're out there by yourself. Sometimes you feel like you don't know who to call because you don't want to bother X, Y, and Z. You need to not think of yourself as a failure and just put that disappointment away. Acknowledge it, find out what you can do to better yourself from it, and continue. Because if you don't, you'll be stuck for life. Those failures I went through also led to me feeling shameful in a way because I haven't graduated yet and feeling some type of way that I haven't accomplished my degree and started my career yet because of X, Y, and Z. I've learned to truly be grateful and thankful for the path that God has provided for me. And I know that everything is on God's timing and that everything that happened during the whole timeline happened for a reason. And I gained so much knowledge and learned so much lessons for the things that I have experienced during those breaks. Give yourself grace when you're in college. Some people don't trust themselves to take a gap year because they feel like they're not ever going to go back. But I technically was forced gap years, but it definitely does alleviate a lot of stress, taking a little bit of time. Don't overstress yourself. I think that's what a lot of kids do in college. They stress themselves so much to the point where they feel like, oh, I just can't do this anymore. And it's okay to not take all the 16 credit hours. It's okay to just take the minimum credit hours because at the end of the day, it's going to be you walking across that stage when they call your name. Just keep what you envision for yourself and your future in your head and don't let that go anywhere. Work every day towards that image, and eventually you'll wake up and you'll see that you're living in it. That's what I would say for anybody who is going through rejection or failure throughout the whole college experience or school in general. But mom, if you have anything you want to add for like school or work or rejection or failure.
Yes, I'm gonna talk a little bit, just added to whatever she was saying. If you got rejected by job or by a family member or by a boyfriend or by friend, you have to have somebody you can talk to, or call your mom. If you have your mom, you gotta call her and tell her the way it is. And I hope every parent, they have to be open. When somebody comes for you with problem like that, you have to say, you know what, we have to sit down and say, a good hug. When somebody's already breaking or failure or rejection, a big good hug, that hug from my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister, it really make me feel better. And you have to talk all that out so that she can start her life, building her life up again. It might be a process, it might be longer, but you have to trust the process. Heart is going to say, okay, I am good to go. You can go back to whatever you used to do. And you have to support your child.
I do think the encouragement definitely goes a very long way. I do want to touch a little bit about the differences between the boys and the girls and how they deal with rejection within the Sudanese community. And I do feel like for the men, it's probably something that is really hard for them to deal with unless they are taught at a young age how to deal with those
With
types
those
of
stuff.
emotions. Rejection physically hurts. It really physically hurts. People can
Relationship
really
hurt.
die of a broken heart.
Rejection hurt. It hurt. And it will hurt. It will break you.
Yes.
But what you can do to pick yourself up.
Yeah, you need to know how to.
And you cannot pick just yourself up without anybody telling you, like, it's going to be okay. Take your time and do this and do that. Yes, you can do it by yourself, but you want to hear somebody holding you behind so that you will know that you fail, but you have somebody that is building you up a little bit with the words. So good words, it will go a long way.
Yeah.
But sometimes we as Sudanese person, when a child fail or got rejected, they don't even, sometimes they don't tell us because they're scared. But
It's because of all that gossiping you guys be doing on that phone.
that's
It's
not
on that phone.
that's not it.
It's
That's
people telling people business on the phone.
yeah,
We're talking about
gossip. There is a gossip that you want the solution to whatever you're going through, and that's the good one. That you go and talk about what they're going through.
But I feel like gossip is not the first one because if you're telling someone what you're going through and they're telling you like advice or whatever, it's not gossiping because you're asking for advice.
But
If you're telling someone about somebody else's business and then you're
oh,
like putting your input, but they don't know, you're just talking about them.
yeah, I asked question when I needed it, but really gossiping now, that is not. But hey, yeah, gossip is there, but it's not because of gossip. You're not gonna tell your parent because they're gonna. You can tell your parent, I'm going through a lot. That they do that, and you can do that. But as for me, If I'm calling somebody, I only have 3 friends that my kid know. That's it. Only 3 people that I talk to. I don't talk to too many people because, yeah, that gossiping will come. And that's the reason why we have to remove yourself from people. We can be in the party or in the church or something like that, but after that, I have to leave because it will lead to that. That's
Yeah.
basically right. She's right about that one. Supporting your loved one, I can be rejected at work too. It doesn't have to be the young kid, but I can be rejected at work.
You want to talk about the stressors and things like for a parent being rejected at work and what you can do to overcome that and not feel
Yeah,
hopeless.
yeah. Rejection is really real. Especially at work, somebody would not gonna like you for the reason that they know and you don't know. It hurt. Sometimes you are like, you know what, I'm quitting the job. But then you have to sit by yourself, like, okay, if I quit my job, what I'm going to do in the meantime? And I'm gonna be at home and not pay my bills. How my bills gonna be paid? And sometimes you're just gonna take that rejection and put something in it to give you power so you can be overcome that rejection. But it hurt. It really hurt. Yeah. And a lot of people quit the job because of rejection. Basically, they tell you that you're not good enough, you're not doing your job, you're not pushing whatever they need it to be done very quickly and the time and the place. And sometimes some of the bosses they just want to push you out.
It's like similar to
They want to push you
whenever
out.
you plant something and the plants, I've seen like the study where it's like you plant two of the same plants. One of the plants you say good things to it,
Yeah.
and then the other
The other
plant you
one,
only say
yeah,
bad things to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And at the end of the experiment, you look at it, and the ones that you were saying really good things and encouraging it, it actually grew
To be,
beautiful
yeah,
and flourished. The ones that were treated terribly did not grow.
it will be dead.
So it's like the same kind of thing in a way because I also wanted to address in this video how the boys are treated versus the girls and how they play into the whole rejection thing because I feel like a lot of the boys in our community they don't necessarily know how to deal with rejection. And I think it comes from the parents or the moms babying their sons and not teaching them what no is and how to deal with whenever other people tell them no and to be okay with other people trying to correct your behavior because sometimes not everybody is just trying to come at you. It's like more of a maybe this is not the right time and place for
Mm-hmm.
certain things.
Have a little bit to make us make the video again. Yeah, so she is really correct. This is a good point that she was just talking about, guys. This is really a good point that she just made up. Really, sometimes we're thinking our boys is better than the girl, especially in Africa society. I'm not just saying South Sudan, it's Africa society. They're thinking the boys is all that to give the benefit for all the boys than the girl, even though we do the work. We
Yeah.
clean up, we cook, but yet they are everything of my son, and this is wrong. If we do that, we put the wall in the middle so that we're gonna make the girl hit the boy, and the boy is gonna be spoiled. And
He's gonna
then
have a big
yeah,
ego
he's not
deal
gonna
with
know
it.
what he's supposed to do in his life. And this is the reality. She brings a very good point. Thank you, Chrissy, for bringing that. But that's exactly why our boys sometimes don't finish school because we don't tell them the reality of the we basically baby them not to become any strong man because we don't tell them what they're supposed to do.
But I wanted to bring that up because
It's very important.
that also ties into the whole rejection and failure thing. Once give basically this kid such a big ego and always yes, and they
Yeah.
barely get a no, and someone outside tell them no, then they're to be
Agree because they don't
then
understand.
and
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
become like these people who are dangerous to
Yeah.
society,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
So
She bring up good topic.
it's really also similar to the whole encouragement,
Yeah.
growing the flower and stuff
Yeah.
because as
If you grow another tree or the flower and you put in the water, it will grow and it will spread everywhere. But if you trim it, you know, it's gonna grow the way you wanted it to grow. That's exactly our life. It is like that. So you can't just bring somebody in this world and just because you give them food to eat, a dress to wear, and you're thinking this is it. I dress you up. I bring you here. I did that. That is not the way you are telling your parents. The parents are supposed to be in the children life, in the big, in the small, in the thick, and the thin, and they have to tell them what is good, what is bad, and the kid can be comfortable to come to the family all the time to tell you what is going on with him or with some. I will know if my child is going through a lot in the phone when I'm talking. Sometimes I ask, what is going on? And she will break crying. So I will know that there is a problem because you know your child. And even my son, when he's talking with that deep voice, I will know that there's something is going on. But if you don't know anything going on with your kid until they break down or cry by themselves until they get better, then you not do your role as a parent. If you don't know when your child is mad, when he's happy, when they need, all that kind of stuff, just ask. It's good to ask questions. How you doing? How your school? How your day? What is going on? How life treating you? He will bring all the topic or whatever she or he going through. Let me give the mic back to Grace.
I also wanted to bring up a little bit back to the school type thing. What ties in with the encouragement thing as well. I see a lot of African parents, it's like the stigma, oh, you got an A minus, why you didn't get A plus? It's good for us to have those things to look up to get better and always strive for better in things, but also sometimes
When you do bad, they don't have to tell you that
yeah,
you are a failure, you are not good enough, and you're not gonna be anybody. I heard that in my life. If you think you're gonna be that, you're not gonna be anything. You have to tell yourself like, I will be something. I will be greater than something. You always have to tell yourself if nobody tell you that.
yeah,
So you always have to look at yourself like, okay, they tell me I'm not gonna be anybody, I'm not gonna be anything, but I'm gonna to them that I will be something.
exactly.
So I know it's going to be hard. Yeah. So let me go with the rejection in the school. Let me go back to that. She got rejected at school not because she did something wrong or she failed to put his paperwork on time and missing, I think, from the tax return. And by the time we have to request it from the IRS and send it to them, it's too late. So sometimes we have to check those kids all the time, like, did you turn this in? Did you do that? And so that they can communicate with the school so everything can be on time. And you can see a little mistake. It can delay somebody. A rejection in not our way, but we are part of it too. Because we couldn't bring it very quick. The government holding the paper, they had to mail it to us. And we did not know that she gonna need it because we gave her all the paper that she always get. But we did not know that every year everything changed. Sometimes we judge the children why they don't want to go to school, why they don't want to finish the school. The school is not for everybody. Like I said, people say that. But guys, I know school is not for everybody. But then the school too, you need encouragement, you need support, you need a lot from the parents to do more. Not because your child is 18 and in college, she can do whatever, she can go to work and be at the school in the same. Sometimes those two things is very hard.
Yeah, like the pressure of doing
Yeah.
wanting to be successful
Yeah.
is
So
really strong.
unless it's part time, like Saturday, Sunday, some children they don't have the cell phone, they don't have the car, the parents they cannot afford to give their car, they don't have insurance. They don't have cell phone. Imagine if you are somebody going to college, you gotta pay your car insurance, or if you have car anyway. So some kids they don't have car, and if you had to pay your phone bill and your medical and your food, how much money you gonna get? If you already work just as a part time, like Friday and Saturday, maybe you will make like $100 every 2 weeks. That's not enough for any child to be in college, and this is gonna bring depression. And that's the reason why some of the children, especially our boys,
They
cannot
leave in
handle that
school.
and they drop out of school. Because why? They don't want to go ask question all the time.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're supposed to be a man. They're
And
supposed to
not
be
burden
stronger.
others
And
for
then,
help.
yeah, they don't want to make other people like parents go through a lot. But they don't know that their problem is our problem. Okay? They should know that in all the time. If you're a child, your problem is your parents' problem. Basically, whether you like it or not, whether they like it or not. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about how the men doesn't really hang out with the boys and how
Yeah, that
yeah, so I did want to also talk a little bit about the whole rejection, but within the boys, within relationships,
yeah.
because I feel like talking about that pipeline about the mother babying the kids having a big ego, not taking rejection, then those people becoming violent. That includes being violent in
Yeah,
relationships,
yeah.
being violent towards family
So
members,
yeah, they'll
being
be
violent.
angry all the night, and you have no idea why they're angry. You have boys or even girls. You don't teach them how to be loved. You don't teach the boy what they're supposed to do.
And how
And
to deal with rejection with
how to deal with
women.
the rejection outside because you're not even telling your kid like, hey, let's go and watch the movie together. Let's go and cut the grass outside. Let's go and fix that car. Even the car doesn't need too much work. Just you guys do that. Why I say that because you teaching your child, so tomorrow that child is gonna teach his own children. But Sometimes those kids that go to school, they were like, you know what? Yesterday, me and my dad, we do this, we do that. And you were like, oh, so his parents did that, but my parents never talk about, they never say anything like that. So you feel like you're rejected. Like, how come your parent doesn't do one, two, three, like everybody at school talking about something that cool. So we went this, we did this. And this kind of stuff, this is rejection too. You know, the girl is supposed to learn love from the parents, from the dad. Basically, the dad. The dad is supposed to teach her daughters how to be in love, what kind of guy to look for,
Qualities.
the right person to look in love. You have to tell your daughter, talk to her, and take her places. It's stuff like that. We are African
We are
society.
lacking in that a
In
lot
South
in our
Sudanese
community.
community, we are lacking that, basically. We are lacking that. Our boys, I know if any boy out there listen to our show, they will relate it to that because basically our father, it doesn't tell us anything. When they go to work and come back, they think that's very much it. They come from the door, sometimes they're angry. You wonder why they're angry for no reason. Sometimes the children ask, they're angry because of me.
Yeah,
Because they
it's like the
yeah,
only time you see
yeah,
them. Every time you see me, you're mad.
yeah,
It's
like they're mad
but
because of
they
me
don't know.
or what? Some kids they ask themselves this way, and that's not okay for them to feel that way. Sometimes my brothers, my uncle, my husband, if you coming home, put the smile in your mouth. If you don't know how to do it, just fake it. Sometimes I'm sorry to give it advice. You gotta put the smile on your face so that the children and the wife will welcome you better. But when you coming to me every time you're mean, you're angry, how am I supposed to approach you? If I'm your wife or your kid, I'm gonna be running. I'm running in my bed or running to do something that I do not have to look in this face like that. And that's the reason why sometimes our family fell behind a lot of stuff. That's a good point, Grace.
Yes, so overall, we learned today that rejection is honestly just protection.
Yeah.
You get rejected by something, just this is redirection to go a different way, come up with a different plan that is going to go your way. So once you feel like you're broken into pieces, don't forget to pick those pieces back up. Don't stay down for long because the longer that you stay down, the more dark your life becomes. And it's like easier to fail more. Your feelings about failure is more common to you now. So now you feel like it's something that is just overtaking your life.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't let it overcome and take over your life. We don't ever want it to get to that point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today in today's
Thank you
episode.
guys for the fourth episode. The second one is already live today, so you guys can go and watch it. We will see you guys next week.
Yes.
The new episode is gonna drop next week. Watch out for that. Thank you guys for watching and grow with us.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, comment, and
Repost, share.
yeah,
all
you
of
gotta
it.
share it because we needed to reach as many people as we can because I think it will help. And this healing table is not only for kids, it's not only for adults, it's not only for my daughter and I, it's for everybody who need the ear to listen to or advice.
So don't forget to fill out the Google form
Yeah,
down
if you
below in
wanna
the
come,
description.
you wanna come in our live videos, you can go and fill the form and then we will invite you and you will come to be with us, to hang with us.
Okay. See you
All
guys
right.
next video.
All right.
God bless.
God bless you guys. Happy Friday.